It's the best time of year, baseball season. Players have reported to spring training these past few days, which means one thing: opening day is right around the corner. And this raises the question, who's going to take it this year? Do the Giants have a good shot of repeating? Will the Dodgers live up to the Hollywood hype? Are the Red Sox going to bounce back from last year? We'll just have to wait and see for opening day. Now I'm going to go through all the divisions in baseball and say who I think has the best shot at taking their division. Let's start with the American League East. Last year was the Baltimore Orioles who were the division champs, making it to the playoffs for the first time since 1997. The teams chasing them are the Toronto Blue Jays, the New York Yankees, the Boston Red Sox, and the Tampa Bay Rays. Now Baltimore lost 3 key players to free agency this past offseason. Nick Markakis to the Atlanta Braves, Nelson Cruz to the Mariners, and Andrew Miller to the Yankees. All 3 of these players made major contributions, especially Nelson Cruz, leading the league in homers. The players who are replacing these guys won't have to put up all-star numbers, but they definitely have to make some sort of impact in order for Baltimore to make it to the playoffs in 2015. They'll also have a healthy Matt Wieters back from Tommy John surgery and Manny Machado, who had a broken leg. The Blue Jays made some great moves to add more power to their offense by trading for Josh Donaldson and signing Russell Martin as a free agent. But the Blue Jays always run into the same problem every single year. They have a great lineup on paper, but the guys in that lineup can never stay healthy, and their pitching flat out stinks. The Yankees have a very interesting situation this year. This will be the first time in 20 years that Derek Jeter won't be on the field for them for the whole season. Who's going to step up and assume that role as being the leader in the Yankees locker room? It's tough to deal with the pressure in New York, and it certainly takes a special player to deal with that pressure. Also another concern for the Yankees, where are they going to get their offense? If the Yankees want to have any shot at making the playoffs, both Alex Rodriguez and Mark Teixeira have to hit at least .240 with 15 home runs and 60 RBIs. If that doesn't happen, the Yankees will not make the playoffs. But what's good for the Yankees is they have one of the best bullpens in baseball. Dellin Betances is a stud, and they made a great pickup by taking away Andrew Miller from the Orioles. Then you have the Red Sox. Now, the Red Sox have a formidable lineup on paper, but they're one of those teams where you got to watch them and you're going to have to see if it pans out for them during the season. A lot of these guys on the team are injury prone and older players. Every fan in this day and age of sports is so concerned about the fantasy numbers. What's his average? How many bases did he steal? How many home runs did he hit? But people forget that sports is a reality. These guys need to stay on the field in order to get those numbers. If these guys can't stay on the field for the Red Sox, they're not going to do much of anything this year. I'm also very concerned about their pitching staff. After Clay Buchholz and Rick Porcello, who's going to pitch every 3rd, 4th, and 5th day? And their bullpen has a lot of glaring question marks too. But if this team has the ability to come together, they're going to be very difficult to beat. Lastly, you have the Tampa Bay Rays. They do still have Evan Longoria, but they lost their manager, Joe Maddon of the Cubs, and they traded away a lot of their good players this offseason. I don't really see them being a viable threat as a contender, not only in the American League East, but in baseball this year. I'm going to go with the Orioles to win the division this year. I feel like out of all the teams in the American League East, they're the ones that have to answer the fewest questions and have the least problems. Their lineup is still great. They still have that solid core of players, and they were able to keep their pitching staff together from last season. And Buck Showalter is a hell of a manager, and he's going to have these guys play hard up until their last game.